What's up and what's up and what's going on? We're going to lead right off where we left off with getting the third badge and beating Jern. So after that, we're in Helios. We're going to pick up something we forgot to get when we first came here, or honestly, I just didn't know how to get to it. Surf around the top of the city, you're able to get nature power. Next, we've got a couple Megastones to pick up. So we're going to stop off in Xavier's house. He's going to give us the Pidgeotite. Unfortunately, if you're playing on phone, you're not going to be able to get Mega Pidgeot until after beating the Pokemon League. After that, we're going to go to Coral Town. We're going to go to the house south of the Pokemon Center. There's going to be a lawyer to the right. He's going to give us Altaria Knight, which is East signature Megastone. And unfortunately, if you go to Misty Way, you are capable of getting a Altaria or Swablu, so go ahead and do that. Next, you'll see that we've picked up the Delta Sunflora. We've evolved our Sunkern. It has a 4x resist to fairy moves, and that's going to be clutch for the next gym. One thing about beating the third badge is that now we're able to go to Resi Cavern and talk to the rock ground move tutor, who I'm just going to pass and then come back to. He can teach us Earth Power, Drill Run, and then some other stuff that's not as important. Here I make the decision to give up Nasty Plot because honestly Sunflora is stupidly slow, so we're never going to be able to take advantage of that. By the way, do take a couple seconds if you can to hit that like button. It does help our algorithms here. So here over in Suntouch City, you should have picked up a honey on Route 3. If you've done that and you activated this quest, then you'll be able to catch a Delta Apom. We're going to go ahead and get it. Jolly. We want the Cursed Body ability on it as well. That's going to come clutch later. And then also, the Jolly Cursed Body, and we're going to evolve it. By the way, whenever you see me catch a Pokemon, understand that it's probably taken a dozen attempts, somewhere up to a dozen attempts to get that done. So here's that ideal Delta Ipom. We're not going to worry about IVs at all, just the ability, because ability capsules are pretty rare, and the nature, because natures are basically impossible to change in this game. It's like 1 in 300 chance at a Pokemon. After getting all the Pokemon we want, now we're going to go into the Cave of Steam and move on to the next town. So I'm trying to note all the important TMs that you can get a hold of, and one of them is going to be Substitute, so make sure you get a hold of that one. Now here you're going to have a choice between which rival you want to face off against. I suggest taking Nora just because if you take Damien, then you end up with like 4 Nora fights and 6 Damien fights, whereas if you pick Nora here, then you get 5 and 5 of each. So go ahead and just pick Nora here. Also, her team's always going to be the same, so that makes your life just a little bit easier because you know exactly what to expect. As a lead out, it's going to be Aegislash. I have zero idea why Giovanni used Sword Stance there, but that was a free kill then. So after the rival battle, we're going to go inside the library. There's a couple of points of interest that we're going to want to look at. There's a move tutor for some utility moves that we want to take a look-see at. There may be something that you care about there. Probably not, though. Then also you can get the TM for New Moon and a section going west. And then you can also get the Delta Budew here, which can evolve into a very powerful Delta Roserade. So, yeah, check out the library on the west side, and then once you're done with that, swing back east to continue the storyline. Alright, so this battle is actually quite difficult. There's nothing to really say about it. I was fortunate for once to have Delta Blastoise because he is the best starter against this particular boss. However, I don't know what I should be using. I should be using something dark type here. Whether it's Delta Budew Roserade is probably the best answer. Just because you have to deal with this particular Pokemon here, Meganium, and its Sucker Punch hits quite hard. So the ability to resist Cyber Sneak and Sucker Punch coming off of Meganium is going to be crucial for your success here. So this outspeed actually surprised the heck out of me. I did not think that my my crystal was that slow, but apparently it is. And here I'm just sitting there thinking, I think I just lose it, right? Yeah, this is just me thinking even harder. I just really lose here, don't I? Yeah, no, I think I just lose here. Well, I might as well pick something and see what happens. I'm going to skip a few iterations of this because I just lose in the end, but at the end of the day, this is a hard battle. This is up there with the gym battle, so just put your best foot forward, do the best that you can do, and hopefully you eventually come out on top. This time I make the wise decision. I switch out of Ambipom into that Mega Delta Blastoise because I already know that's what I need to use for this particular battle. So we got nice 2 from one there. The Mega Bennett and the Delphox both go down. So we do lose our Delta Blastoise, unfortunately, but we're going to keep pushing. Ambipom here is kind of like the secret MVP, just taking care of heavy lifting, a lot of cleanup business. Oh, this is such clutch because I was worried that I wouldn't be able to get the curse off here, but we are able to get the curse. And screw your King Shield. So this time around we have an embarrassment of riches as far as what we get to pick from. I'm not really sure what the best thing to pick here is. Probably Sunflora, but I go with Glade instead. And yeah, Analytic Fire Blast just packs so much power. Sunflora just hits so hard. It's great. Okay, cool. So now that the library is complete, we are able to open up the route that was blocked before, head on to the next town. Here in Miara's trade center, you're able to get a Delta Coughing if you have a pseudo legendary or its pre-evo. If you want that Delta Coughing, at this point in the game, you'll be able to get a Gumi or a Bagon from the game center, the gambling spot, for $66,000 or 3,300 coins, whichever one you're able to get quicker. So go ahead and do that. You can do it on any day of the week. Alright, so now that we've met Audrey, we've got one more Pokemon to go get. So it's going to be my favorite starter, but also the worst starter of all time in canon Pokemon, Meganium. So on Mondays, and only on Mondays, you're able to get a Chikorita from the game center. Make sure that it's a female. It's more important that it's a female than making sure that its nature is good. If its nature is wrong, you can catch a Ditto on Misty Way to fix it, or Crossroads. I think it's Crossroads. You can catch a Ditto on Crossroads that has the modest nature to fix it. I got lucky and I got a modest one, but that's absolutely unnecessary. You can get a modest or adamant one. Either nature works here, because we're going to catch a I forgot the name of this Pokemon, honestly. It's the grass one that turns into Whimsicott. That thing on Route 5. But it's super rare, so only like a 5% chance to show up. But since it's a Cottony, that's its name. Yeah, but since it shows up, you are able to use your synchronized routes. That's either a modest or an adamant nature in order to catch one of the right nature. And we're going to use that in order to breed. Well, first we're going to get Leech Seed on it. And then we're going to have to raise it up to level 50 to get Sunny Beam. We're going to make sure that it knows Sunny Beam. And the last move is going to be Moonblast. So make sure it has Sunny Beam, Moonblast, and Leech Seed. Those are the 4 moves that we're going to be passing down to our baby Chikorita. Delete all of Chikorita's moves, the one that's going to be apparent, except for Synthesis, because the way that Insurgence's breeding works is that it goes backwards from Z to A when it passes. So Synthesis is learned after everything else that it can learn from Whimsicott. Therefore, the egg moves that you get are going to be all the moves that are passed down from Whimsicott. So we're starting off with physical Chikorita because physical Chikorita is easier to get, honestly. At this point in time, we're going to have Sword Stance very soon. Yeah, I think that's the big deal, is that we're going to have Sword Stance very soon. And also, you kind of just want Petal Blizzard at this point in time. You don't really need Moonblast at this point in time. So yeah, we're just gonna go physical here. So we're going to take away that Everstone that we used in order to lock in that nature. I don't know if it guarantees the nature or if it's like a 50% chance of nature, but either way, next time we're going to be breeding the same two Pokemon, except we're going to be using the Modest Chikorita with the Everstone instead. But that'll be a couple badges from now, so a couple videos from now. For now, we're going to keep working on this Adamant one. We're going to go to Vipik City. Vipik City has the egg hatcher guy, and we're going to use him in order to quickly hatch this egg. And here we are, our perfect Chikorita. This is a great outcome. We've got the 4 moves that we were looking for. We're not going to use all of them, obviously, since this is physical. We're actually not going to end up using Solar Beam or Moonblast at all. I just want those 4 moves because those are the 4 moves that we're going to end up breeding onto the special as well, the special version of this Pokemon as well. So it's good to have those 4. So obviously we need to train. By the way, if you were trying to get your money up for Delta Coughing, you could always use Clint Eastwood here. If you fight him with the amulet coin, you'll end up getting like 4,800 per battle, and within 14 battles you'll have enough money to buy yourself a pseudo legendary. So as you can see, we just went ahead and already forgot Solar Beam because we just don't need it. We do pick up Synthesis. It is going to be important later. We do not need Reflect though. By the way, I am using Lucky Egg to make this even faster, just in case you were wondering. When I was young, I used to think Razor Leaf was such a great move, and I'm remembering like this only has 55 base power, and it was Grass's best move pretty much for like the first two generations. That's pretty sad. Honestly, think if Meganium got Petal Blizzard in the first generation it came out, so Gen 2, it wouldn't be viewed as badly as it is now. So the mechanic in Insurgence for breeding means that you can go back and get any egg moves that were available when the Pokemon was hatched. So basically, if I want to, I can go and get Sunny Beam back, even though I've forgotten them already. By the way, in Northeast Miara Town, after you get access to the bottom level, you are able to go here and trade an Old Amber for a Aerodactylite. So if you want Mega Aerodactyl, you can get it here. So Mega Sunflora is a thing in this game, and if you want one, you're able to get one by touching the top left or top right side of these planters. You can get a Sunkern here infinitely, so you can just save scum there if you want to. Out here in the stormy seas at the bottom left island, you'll get Thunderwave, the TM. Very important TM to have, so go ahead and grab it. Here you're able to pick up an escape rope. Unlike the library, it actually works here, so go ahead and grab that for sure. And then you can go try to make your way through Royal Islands. Here in Royal Islands, there is a magnetic field, so if you level up a Magneton or a Nosepass here, then you'll be able to evolve. Audrey's another boss that's on the same level as the gym leaders. She is a cult leader, and all cult leaders need to be respected. So she's actually above gym leaders because she is going to be attacking you with a legendary. Bring your best, bring your A game, and you should be okay. So here you see I get outsped by the Crawdont. That is not guaranteed to happen, so I'm not sure why it happened there. I think maybe the IVs in different iterations are different. but either way, that kind of just throws me way off. So I'm not able to win this battle here. So here, Meganium finally gets to check in. It's going to be her first big fight. So hopefully everything goes well. So this set is basically a hard counter set to Serperior. And yeah, honestly, most of her team can't deal with this set. Unfortunately, that does not apply to Lugia, so we need to find something else to take it down. So here we're able to catch a Snorlax. I choose to do so, making it the adamant nature. You know, I don't know if it's good villain etiquette to have hilltop discussions and earshot of the opening of the area, but that's what they chose to do. So anyway, now we're in Sonata City. Sonata has the Poképon and it also has the tracks. The tracks are going to be where we pick up Sword Stance for our Meganium. However, it is going to take hours of work. Like, you've got to win a minimum of 46 races. And you've got to keep your um reputation. I forgot what it was called, but basically your points very high while you do so. So basically, you're always going to have to get first or second place. Sometimes, very rarely, you can get third, but almost always first or second. As you're grinding up your sponsorships, I recommend going into the Valplume sponsorship because that'll get you a lot of berries that are very useful. And then later on, going to Moo Milks because that'll get you free Moo Milks, so free heals. And then eventually you're going to get Technical Machines PLC. Once you get that, every technical machine has like a 1 in 16 chances. I think it's 1 in 16 chance of getting rolled for you. So, uh, yeah, it's not just like 46 wins. It's more like 60, 70 wins in a row. But once you get them, once you get TM75, you're able to teach Meganium Sword Stance. I put it over synthesis here, I believe. And then you can move forward. We're also going to get custom move as well, so I'm not even sure why I was slowing down there, because it's obvious that we need to pick up custom move as well here. By the way, Poképon is going to be a thing that we need to do in this particular playthrough because I made the crucial mistake of picking the worst possible nature for my Delta Blastoise just because I had the right hidden power. And now I understand that was a mistake. I should have picked the right hidden power, but also a compatible nature. Not necessarily the best possible nature because your odds of getting that are astronomically low. And if you really want the best nature, you can just do it with Delta Ditto in post game, but just something that's useful enough, something that's doable enough. So I end up going through Poképon a lot of times. You only have like a 1 in 12 chance of actually getting what you want or getting a nature change at all. 1 in 300 of getting the nature you want. I forgot what the numbers were for, I think it's like 1 in 80 of getting a positive stat that you care about nature, or you know what I'm saying. But anyway, we're gonna have to do this over and over again, so I do end up getting a macro program on my phone just to give myself the 1500 steps automatically, because you need to both, between every Pokemon roll, you need to wait 20 real life minutes as well as walk up to 1500 steps. It's a random number from 1 to 1500, right? So you need to walk a random number of steps up to 1500 as well as wait 20 real life minutes. And I'm not going to do that with my own fingers, so I just automated that process. So that's what that weird symbol on the screen is, just me using the macro. But yeah, I roll over and over again trying to get just any nature change because I literally have the worst possible nature. I don't need attack, and I need special attack in my my Delta Blastoise is a adamant Delta Blastoise. So like best case scenario would be modest, right? By the way, my game breaks here, and in order to fix it, I need to go get the patch for 1.2.6 and then just drop the RGSSAD file into my 1.2.7 folder. This is a permanent thing, so once you do it once, you can't do it again. But finally, we do get a different nature here. It's not even that bad of a nature, honestly. It's a gentle nature, I believe. Yeah, gentle, which increases our special defense, decreases our defense. But remember, our IVs for defense are maxed out anyway, so it's not that bad of a trade-off. Um, so we're doing okay. By the way, this house is where you're able to trade for the Typhlosionite, and then this next house is where you're able to get the Boom Burst move tutor. If you want to give that to your Flygon, you can do that here. Or anything else that can learn Boom Burst, like a Delta Coughing from earlier. Oh, before I forget Chatot, yeah, Chatot too. Chatot learns Boom Burst in this game. So this gym is basically a maze. There's only one mandatory trainer from my understanding. It's not this one. It's going to be the one further up. But yeah, you can literally ignore almost every trainer in this gym except for the gym leader and then like one other girl. This girl right here, you have to fight. Yeah, this one I'm about to fight right there. You don't see me fight her because of the magic of editing, but we're just going to keep moving forward and we're going to get into the actual final battle of this video. Oh, by the way, another thing you can get at the Poképon is the Megastone for Delta Sunflora, as well as a Megastone for Girafarig. Both good Mega Evolutions, but it's very, very low chance of it happening. I just personally cheat them into the game, honestly, because it's not worth your time. I'm not going to frustrate myself trying to play Lotto for a Megastone for a Pokemon that I want to use if I don't have to. So go ahead and pick up those Megastones. Delta Sunflora is absolutely phenomenal as in this fight, honestly, because of its 4x resistance to Fairy. So here I kind of get stuck thinking to myself, do I attack or do I switch? Because if I switch and he belly drums, I'm going to be very, very sad. Yeah, unfortunately, Azumarill is kind of like the worst fairy for my team to run into because Delta Sunflora has no real answers for it because it can just get one shot by Aquatail. So, but I can check it with Meganium, so that's what we're going to do now. And this is why I said Petal Blizzard is more useful than Moonblast at this point in the game earlier, because Moonblast here would have done nothing for us. And I don't think we have access to Energy Ball. We could have got Giga Drain, but still, we wouldn't have a boosting move for it. Not that it mattered here, but still, we wouldn't have a boosting move for it. By the way, this is a massive misplay. I did not expect Miltank to still be faster than me. So Mega Miltank does lose speed when it Mega Evolves. And on top of Sunflora gaining speed with its Mega Evolution special ability, I kind of expected to be faster than it. So yeah, I just kind of threw away my MVP. But we are far enough ahead in this battle that we should be able to figure it out from here. By the way, I don't think that thing manages to one-shot me without a crit, unless it has a scarf or something. Like, I think it has a scarf. I don't think it has specs, so I don't think it one-shots me without that crit, because there's no way it's faster than the palm. Anyway, the combination of Ambipom's cursed body as well as Meganium's tankiness ends up saving this battle for us, because we just get to set up Swords Dance for free, because Gardevoir is trapped by some type of choice item, and it's just going to continue struggling against us while we set up Swords Dance. So anyway, that's the end of our video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, remember to like and subscribe. Peace.